Ladies and gentlemen, today's story is one that will pull at your heartstrings, a story that has stunned millions across America. Kelly Ripa's husband, Mark Consuelos, has just revealed heartbreaking news. News so deeply personal and unexpected that fans everywhere are struggling to process it. For over 3 decades, we've welcomed Kelly into our homes every morning. Her laughter, her honesty, her energy, and through it all, by her side, has been her partner, Mark. But today, what Mark has revealed has left even their closest friends in disbelief. What could be so devastating, so shocking, that fans across the nation are saying, "We can't believe this happened"? Stay with me until the end, because this journey is filled with twists, tender moments, and lessons we can all carry with us. Before we unravel the heartbreaking revelation, let's remember who Mark and Kelly are as a couple. They first met on the set of All My Children in 1995, and in that moment, sparks flew in a way that rarely happens outside of Hollywood scripts. Just 1 year later, they eloped, quietly, romantically, in Las Vegas. No flashy ceremonies, no massive guest lists, just two people who knew their love was bigger than any spectacle. Over the years, they became not only life partners, but also one of America's most admired couples. Their marriage has been a rare beacon of loyalty and devotion in a world where celebrity relationships often fall apart. For many fans, they weren't just actors and hosts, they were role models for what true love could look like. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. In recent months, sharp-eyed fans began to notice subtle changes. Kelly's smile seemed a little more fragile. Mark, who usually beams with optimism, appeared more contemplative. Interviews that once overflowed with lighthearted banter carried an undertone of seriousness. But still, no one imagined the depth of what was happening behind closed doors. And then one evening, during a candid conversation, Mark chose to reveal the truth. Mark's words shocked everyone. He said, "We're facing something we never thought we'd have to face." He didn't say it for publicity. He didn't say it for sympathy. He said it because hiding the truth was no longer possible. The details he shared painted a picture of a family standing at the edge of an emotional storm. Kelly and Mark, the couple who seemed unshakable, were now confronting a moment that could change everything. Fans immediately wondered, was it health? Was it family? Was it the very foundation of their marriage? The uncertainty spread like wildfire. And that's when Mark finally gave clarity, but not in the way anyone expected. Mark explained that behind the cameras, life had grown increasingly difficult. There were health scares that shook their family, challenges with aging parents, and the emotional toll of seeing their children leave the nest. Every smile Kelly put on for television came with a weight she carried silently. Every joke Mark cracked carried a hint of pain hidden beneath. For years, they had shouldered these struggles privately, not wanting to burden fans with their reality. But finally, the burden became too heavy to keep to themselves. Yet here's the twist. It wasn't just sadness that fueled Mark's revelation. It was love. It was gratitude. It was the realization that even in heartbreak, there is beauty worth sharing. Mark described one specific evening that left both him and Kelly in tears. It was a quiet dinner at home. No cameras, no audience, just the two of them reflecting on their journey. In the middle of that conversation, Kelly looked at Mark and said, "I don't know if I can keep doing this." Those words, simple yet heavy, captured the exhaustion of years spent juggling public life and private battles. For Mark, hearing his wife, the woman who always seemed unshakable, express doubt shook him to his core. Fans couldn't believe it. Kelly Ripa, America's morning sunshine, felt like she might not go on with the career she's built for decades. That moment changed everything. But instead of letting despair take over, Mark revealed how faith and family became their anchor. They leaned on their children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, who reminded them of the legacy of love they had built. They leaned on their parents, whose wisdom gave them strength. And perhaps most importantly, they leaned on each other. Mark said, "This heartbreak isn't the end of our story. It's a chapter we never expected, but it's teaching us to love even deeper." It's a message so many of us can relate to. When life hands us moments we never saw coming, it's not the end. It's a test of how we hold on to the people we love. When fans heard Mark's revelation, the outpouring of support was overwhelming. Social media was flooded with messages of love, prayers, and memories of what Kelly and Mark have meant to people over the years. Many viewers, particularly in their 60s, express how they grew up watching Kelly, how she became part of their daily lives, and how this news felt like it was happening to a member of their own family. Some fans even shared their own stories of heartbreak, creating a ripple of compassion and connection. It was as though Mark's vulnerability gave everyone permission to admit their own struggles. Mark's revelation wasn't just about sadness, it was about perspective. He reminded everyone that fame and fortune cannot protect anyone from the realities of life. Illness, loss, aging, doubt, these things touch us all. But what separates despair from hope is how we face those moments. He said, it's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about admitting when it's hard and choosing to fight through it together. For fans in their 60s, many of whom have walked through their own valleys, losing parents, saying goodbye to friends, adjusting to retirement, these words rang especially true. And so the question now lingers, what's next? Will Kelly continue on television, or will she step back to focus on her family? Will this heartbreak bring about a major life change, one that no one saw coming? Mark has hinted that big decisions are on the horizon, and decisions that could reshape not only their careers, but their very way of life. For now, all we know is that Kelly and Mark are facing the storm hand in hand. But in the coming weeks, more may unfold, possibly in ways that will leave fans even more stunned than they are today. Friends, this isn't just a story about a celebrity couple. It's a story about love, about perseverance, about the reality that no matter who you are, life has a way of testing you. What makes the difference is not whether you face hardship, but how you respond to it. Kelly and Mark's heartbreaking news reminds us all to cherish the people we love, to never take a single day for granted, and to believe that even in the darkest valleys, there's light to be found. And as fans wait for what comes next, one thing is certain. Kelly and Mark Consuelos have shown us that even in heartbreak, hope can shine through. So, what do you think will happen next? Will Kelly step away from television for good? Will Mark's revelation mark a turning point in their lives? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story moved you, be sure to subscribe because we'll be following this journey closely. Until then, hug your loved ones a little tighter tonight, and remember, every heartbreak carries within it the seed of a new beginning.